This is Strinova, a third-person tactical competitive shooter. Or at least that is how they advertise it, cause this game does not feel like competitive at all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bomb drop. さあ、どれが私でしょう。ターゲットがこれならあと数発でひざまずきなさい。蝶が君たちと戯れたい敵の体力はもう皆さんはさあどれが私でしょう。 Defenders win.
左側から攻撃が来てる。ダッシュ倒したぜ。ダッシュダンスの川まであと倒したぜ。俺はや
On first glance, Strinova has a lot to offer. We got anime girls and free anime boys. Each character will have their own signature gun, and because of that, every single character's time to kill is different. Adding to the characters, they all have their own set of abilities that are unique to their character. And some of these abilities are fucking broken. Like, my brother in Christ, a Sphinx Cat human summoned the second Gallstone Hurricane. But what makes this game different to most tactical shooters? Well, the main attraction to the game, aside from the characters being extremely alluring, this is the only game that allows me to fully embrace my inner anime woman by turning 2D. You can do this with every character, and by the lords, this is funny. Yep, the game essentially removes the crouch button, removing the option to teabag, and replaces it with a dimension shifting button by turning into paper. By doing this, you turn your once extremely hitbox into what you expect after eating phentermine, thin as paper, allowing you to dodge most shots that were supposed to hit you. They even take this mechanic further by allowing you to glide in 2D form if you're in the air, which allows you to cross gaps, move faster, and cancel fall damage. Yes, there is fall damage in the game. I tested it. And of course, why stop there where you can become a graffiti on the wall? By holding the control button, which is the paper button, and walking or gliding into a wall, you can use that wall to go up, down, left, right, and spin. Also, heads up, some walls can be stuck on. Literally no other game allows you to do this. At the moment, we have 21 agents as I'm recording this script, and more are bound to be added. And explain them one by one will extend this video cause I have somewhat of a hyperfixation for the game. So here are some characters that I personally use and what they can do. One of the characters you can play is Flavia, a butterfly dom mommy with a kit that is entirely designed to take damage for the team. Girls Ult is a domain expansion with a binding vow that makes her unkillable inside her own domain range. Another character I use a lot is Aka, an arsonist high schooler who has a fucking auto shotgun. Her Q ability makes a fire cage and deals damage to anyone getting in or out of the cage, and her ult is a little firestorm. Not one, but 3 of them. And finally, a living nuisance with a shotgun that got me a 5-kill win.
Bomb carrier knocked down.
ダッシュ目標がっつり叩きのめしたぜ。俺は2人じゃ3人でも問題ないぜ。
Only one enemy remaining. Standing max
くれてやる。自由の意志を貫いてやる。
As you might have noticed on how I categorize them, only certain characters can be played in either the attacking or defending side. This is actually also lore accurate, but we're not going to talk about the lore in this video. Now with all of that said, this is a very fleshed out competitive game. There even is a ranked mode for you to get into the leaderboards and game modes. Wait, they added control points and payload into the game? Okay, it's just two games, just two funny game modes. Surely it's still a competitive aspect. They added a fucking infantry game mode. So yeah, that's Strinova, right? A pretty fun anime shooter game with a unique mechanic that just makes a competitive game feels uncompetitive with the other game modes. So here begs the question, why isn't this game more well known? The first reason being the developers of Strinova have not been marketing their game well enough, which is actually makes it so that not a lot of players know this game, or knows that even it exists, which leads to a smaller player base, and smaller player base cause the matches to be either fighting newbies or straight up gods with hundreds of hours in the game. And to be fair, the game has a very high skill ceiling. Like most competitive games, there is a certain amount of game sense you need to have in order to enjoy the game. You can still play casually with the other free funny game modes, but in the end, if you don't know how to abuse the paper mechanic and the spray of your guns, you're going to die. A lot. And eventually leaving the game and never coming back. That happened to me once honestly, but as someone who has been playing fast-paced shooter games like Ultra Kill, I decided to go back, and let me tell you, the moment you finish some small warm-ups and games with your main characters, you'll play it as long as I do. So as I'm making this video as an introduction to Strinova, unpaid by the way, I really hope you guys try the game out. And a little disclaimer for the newcomers. Before you start a match, after finishing the whole tutorial, if you want, try out the agents, their guns, abilities, and the different ways to use the paper mode. Once you're fully ready for a match, go for it. And don't just stick to demolition mode and rank, try out the other game modes and you might just enjoy the game enough to play it longer. Also, you have a gacha system.